Jainism and Buddhism have many common elements, which is no surprise given that they both arose in ancient India around the same time. For instance, both religions strongly emphasize non violence, teaching their followers to avoid causing harm to any living being, whether by action, speech, or thought. They also both believe in karma and rebirth. Your actions have consequences that affect future lives, and the cycle of birth and death continues until liberation is achieved. Neither tradition relies on a creator God, instead, both put the burden on a spiritual growth on one's own effort, discipline, and self awareness. They also reject ritualistic sacrifice and the rigid authority of the Vedas, focusing instead on personal ethics and inner transformation. In both traditions, monastic life is central. Monks and nuns dedicate themselves to moral discipline, meditation, and renunciation. Finally, both encourage letting go of attachment to material things, seeing detachment as an essential path to spiritual freedom. At the same time, Jainism and Buddhism differ in important ways. One of the most significant differences lies in the belief about the soul. Jainism holds that there is an eternal individual soul, jiva, that carries karmic particles. In contrast, Buddhism teaches the doctrine of anatta, or no self, denying a permanent, unchanging soul. This led to a different understanding of liberation. In Jainism, the soul must be purified by shedding karmic matter through strict self discipline, asceticism, and ethical living. In Buddhism, liberation, nirvana, is achieved by breaking the cycle of suffering through insight, the Four Noble Truths, and the Eightfold Path. When it comes to asceticism, Jainism tends to be more rigorous. Its ascetics practice extreme self control, fasting, and renunciation, while Buddhism promotes the middle way, avoiding both indulgence and harsh self mortification. Their views on karma also differ for Jains. Karma is almost a physical substance that clings to the soul, whereas in Buddhist karma is more about the intention behind the actions and how they shape future states of mind. Finally, their practice reflects this belief. Jain often take strong vows of non attachment and non possession, while Buddhists focus on mindfulness, meditation, and ethical behavior as practice way to transform the mind. When we look at the impact of Jainism and Buddhism, it is clear that the influence stretches far beyond the spiritual teaching. Socially, both encourage more egalitarian communities by rejecting the caste system and emphasizing that spiritual progress doesn't depend on birth but one's action and discipline. Their strong commitment to non-violence shaped India's ethic in a profound way. In many religions, Jainism especially influenced people's approach to life, work, and how they treated animals or the environment. Politically, their ideas changed the dominant ritual traditions of their times, offering a morally grounded alternative to power and authority. In terms of culture, these religions enriched art, architecture, and literature. Buddhist monasteries and stupas became central to the spiritual life across Asia, while Jainism produced on its own beautiful temples, sculptures, and philosophical texts. Their teaching inspired generations of philosophers and reformers who valued compassion, self control, and non attachment. On a personal level, their legacy lives on how people understand suffering, the self, and the responsibility. Many of the ethical ideas found in modern social movements, non-violent activism, and the environmental philosophy have roots in the moral vision offered by these two traditions. Putting all together, Jainism and Buddhism share ethical foundation, but they walk different paths towards spiritual freedom. Their difference highlights how two very similar cultural origins can develop unique ways of thinking about life, suffering, and salvation, and the impact has been lasting. Beyond their historical beginnings, they continue to offer timeless lessons on how to live wisely, compassionately, and with awareness. If this comparison resonated with you, I love to hear which aspect do you find more powerful, their shared ethics, their philosophical differences, or the way they change society. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want more videos on ancient wisdom and its relevance today.